let's do a comparison between the Leatherman Arc and the Leatherman Arc Oblivion. Yep, we have both. So let's do a comparison. The box on the silver one, the regular Arc, is cheaper made. It's thinner, if that really matters to you. And what it does is it slides out. Okay? That's what it does. The Leatherman Arc Oblivion, all right, is a thicker box, and it opens upwards. Now, let me just first say that limited editions at one time used to have nice tin boxes. They used to be displayed a lot better, not some stupid little bit more cardboard. The marketing department really needs to be fired and somebody else to get more invented when they release their limited editions. My opinion. The silver one comes with a nylon sheath, which can carry one of these extended things on the side. Okay? And it comes with one rack. The Oblivion comes with a leather holster with nothing on the side to carry that extra bit. And I'm going to be quite honest. I mean, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's nice. It's got a nice leather feel to it. This is a piece of shit. I'll tell you right now. This leather is the cheapest leather I've ever seen something made out of. Is what it is. And when you can't even carry this, the extension bit, what is the point of this thing? You know? Just pure garbage. You start wearing this, I'll tell you, in probably a month or two, this thing will be falling apart. Just me. Now, let me pull these out. Because I didn't buy them for the sheaths. I'm actually getting a custom sheath made by a guy in Taiwan. So, let's have a look at this. I'm going to flip these over. And let's pull this out. And let's pull this out. Now, you'll notice the Leatherman Arc silver one here has a black blade, and the Leatherman Arc Oblivion has the gold blade. So it's much cooler, that's for sure. I find the silver one's a little more stiff, is what I'm finding. This one is a lot more smoother. And when the Obsidian came in, I even seen oil, like it was dropped in oil or something. It was, because let me show you something. Now watch this. Pretty stiff, right? It's not opening. See that? There it goes. I got to really give it a good jerk. But if you look at this one, all right, look at that. I ain't doing nothing to it. It's opening right away. So if I want this stiffer, I guess I could tighten up these screws and make it a little bit more snug, because this one does have some snugness to it, if you like that. Is what it has. And the silver one, it is, whoa, almost cut my nail there, guys. It is a little bit more, it's a little bit more stiffer. And the knife is harder to open when you start using this one. You know. So, why buy two? Well, the black one, the Obsidian, is going to go in my everyday carry. And I'm having a custom sheath made by a guy in Ukraine. I ordered off Etsy. And he hasn't even shipped it yet, so he's still working on it. And even when he's done, it's going to take a couple weeks to get here. And that sheath was about $100. And it even carried the extension, okay? And it even carries 2-bit sections to go in it. And it goes on my belt, but it wasn't made like this where you were committed, right? It had 2 snaps on it to where If I got my belt on and I forgot to put it on, I can just pop the snap, slide it in, snap it in. I don't have to be sliding the belt through it. A much better idea. So, I see a lot of people talking about the Obsidian Nosebag. Ooh, it's got a leather sheath. Ooh, it's a piece of shit sheath. It's extremely cheap leather. It's very thin. No care was taken here, if you noticed. I mean, that's a piece of shit right there. It really is. So, let me see. See, that's garbage what's done there. They don't even line up. I do leather work. You know, I'm no professional. That's why I paid to have somebody else make mine. But, you know, I shouldn't see that. This is garbage. They're charging me money for garbage, and they're costing me money. The box is... So the only thing that's really worth the after $50 here is if you like black, and that's important, the gold, okay, for the clip and the knife, and if that's important to you. So you're paying for a little bit more in cosmetics, is what you're paying for, which is really nice. So there is a little bit of a difference there. So I'm going for an all black everyday carry is what I'm going for, and that's what this is for. So why buy the silver one? Well, the silver one is for backpacking and hiking, is what this one's for. And as I piece this everyday carry together, you might want to subscribe because you're going to see when I get this put together. Like, I've got part of it now. Like, I've got a little screwdriver thing here. This took a little while to come in, the screwdriver thing. This is a bit driver and a socket driver is what it is. Then I got, now at the same time I can put this in there. Okay. And now I got something to reef down on it. So, at the same time, I've got this thing. So now I can reef down this way, you see? Which is a whole lot better. Because I don't know why people want to use, which doesn't make sense to me, why they want to use this bit driver in here. Because if I do, I can twist a little bit, but if I was to do some heavy twisting on that, I'd break this thing. I mean, if I'm going to use a screw, or if I'm just going to, you know, tighten something up gently and snugly, okay, that makes sense. But, you know, the reef down on something, I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't. I'd actually get, you know, a different tool, and now I can really reef on it, and I'm not worried about breaking my actual Leatherman. Now, I did see in one of my videos that a couple guys say, oh, I'm not willing to give my right kidney. I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. If you don't have $300 for a Leatherman, or you don't have $230 for a Leatherman, and I bought two with my own money. No, they don't give me stuff. I don't know what's going on in your life. When I was younger, when I was in my 20s, and I'm 60 now, I would sell worms. I would go down to the bingo hall. I would grab cups out of the garbage, bring them home, wash them. I mean, I had no expenses other than me working my tail off, catching worms and sell them to the fishermen. I made good money. And I've always been an entrepreneur as way back as, you know, heck, even when I was 14, I was doing things. So if you're not in a position to drop $300 on a Leatherman, you need to relook at your life, especially nowadays when you've got the internet. I didn't have the internet. Nowadays, you got the internet. I mean, look at that guy on Etsy. He's making stuff out of leather. You could teach yourself a trade. You could get better at leather. You really don't need that many tools. And you could get really good at making one thing, and then you could be on there making money. So it's just an excuse if you say you're giving your right kidney. I mean, there are sites out there where you take pictures and sell the pictures, and you make money that way. So there's a lot there. I mean, you make money off YouTube. I mean, it takes a long time, but you can. You know, if you know how to use Facebook Marketplace and you go spend, you know, $50 on advertising and know how to tailor that to where you advertise only certain individuals, then you're getting really good. You're going to generate income. And that's all there is to it. There are many, many ways for generating income. If you're sitting back saying, I can't afford this, and I can't afford this, then you need to take a look at your life and say, what am I doing wrong? You know, maybe you need to have an extra little side job. Maybe you need to have something a little different. There's a guy down the street from me. He builds birdhouses, and they're beautiful. And he gets the wood from free at a lumber yard here. He doesn't pay nothing for the wood. Now, he's got all his tools set up. He's retired. And he paints them. So he has to buy his paint, and he builds them. He goes down to the highway. He puts a sign out with them all in the back of his truck, and he sells them for about $300 a pop. Now, you know when you're retired, you don't get very much money, right? Like $600, $700, whatever a month. Well, he found a way to generate more income. Now, if you think about it, when you're retired, you have to claim what you make. And if you work a job or you go work a side job like Walmart, saying, hey, welcome to Walmart. Well, now the government knows what you're making, don't they? Well, with him making birdhouses, they don't. He goes down there, they pay cash. Nobody has a clue what he's making, thus he doesn't have to claim it. You have to think outside the box. And if you're not doing it now at your younger ages, what are you going to do when you get older is what I'm implying. So you need to look in the mirror and you need to sit back and say, man, why can't I buy that? That's your first question. And then you need to figure out how. That's what I did my whole life. I never made excuses and said, oh, man, I don't got enough money. Oh, man, I'm going to go back and play that video game. I'll tell you what, stop playing a video game. Get your ass out and work. I used to cut grass, shovel snow. Winter's coming. I mean, it's excuses, nothing more. Excuses. It's just somebody that wants to whine because they want to be lazy and not get out their ass and work. Just my opinion. And maybe I'm a hard ass at 60 years old, but anytime I wanted something, I never had a problem buying it. Sometimes I worked a little harder, but I never had a problem buying it if I had my eyes set on the goal. And that's all there is to it. So I wanted black. I paid the extra $50 for the obsidian because I'm trying to go for an all black everyday carry, just to look cool. The silver one's not bad. I think I'll loosen the screws up a little bit, give it some play. Give it some play and make it a little easier to use. I really like how this looks, though. I really do. I mean, that gold is something else. It really is. I mean, it's just amazing. I even had somebody reply and sit back and say, oh, let me pop this up and show you. I was kind of giggling when I read that. They sat back and in a video I showed you how I sharpened the can opener. And they sat back, oh, there goes that warranty. God, everybody's too paranoid. Leatherman has a great warranty. I've seen people, I've seen people totally destroy this head and really abuse it and use it wrong. And they've honored their warranty and sent it back with a new head. So if you think sharpening a little can opener on the end here to open cans better is going to avoid a warranty, that is ridiculous. And that's all there is to it. And if you actually go to the Leatherman website, you'll also notice they have specific instructions on how to actually sharpen your knives and stuff like that. That does not void your warranty. Because after all, a dull knife is a dangerous knife. You can hurt yourself more with a dull knife than you can a sharp knife. Keep that in mind. So you do want to keep your tools sharpened. And I use Arkansas stones for sharpening my knives, and I do it by hand, which does take some skill. But I'll link a video at the end of this video so you can check that out. But I carry Arkansas stones inside my backpack too. But that's just my thing. So I don't regret buying these. I don't regret paying an extra $50. I wanted all black. I wanted that little bit of gold. But I have seen people sit back and say they want all black. They don't want the clip being gold. They don't want the knife being gold. You know, that type of thing. Now, I suppose if you're that ADC, I suppose you could buy this one that has the black blade, and then you could take this blade off and put this one over there. A little bit of work, right? And then that's a gold clip, and that's a silver clip. So maybe with the silver clip, I don't know, maybe you paint it black or something. And then put it over here, and then you'll have an all black unit. Find some black screws. I mean, you have to do a little work in tailoring, but you could, that would void the warranty. But you could make this all black if you really had it in your head to do it. But I like the gold. And this is my everyday carry. And this is my camping. So I think they're cool. I don't like the boxes. I don't like the sheaths. They only give you 1 bit carry. You know. That's all they give you. And a short one, which I think is, you know, it's a cheap shot. If you're going to spend $300, they should have had both. Should have came with it. I mean, this is $30. They should have had this with, and if they had to charge $30 more, and charge $20 more, and then have it with it. But to have this and missing bits, what a bunch of crap. So I've had to buy 2 of these, one for this, one for that, which is, you know, $60, right? So the price keeps going up. And then you figure, you know, I don't want this one with the black. That's for the silver. I got to order one of these black ones, these extension rods for the black one. I want it to match. What can I say? I'm very impressed with them. I like everything about them. I've been carrying this one for a while now. And I just love how easy they are to use. The other crap, I think they need to fix the so-called leather. It's not leather. I don't know what it is. All right. I'll catch you guys on the next one.